We're here in the remote Utah wilderness, van camping and fly fishing the high altitude lakes for anything that'll bite. But it didn't quite go as planned. Here at the Quiet Fly Fisher in Loa, Utah. It's my first time here, and the fantastic people here are getting us hooked up with some flies. We got streamers for the high mountain lakes that we may or may not be fishing on this trip, and we've got ourselves some nymphs and other flies for fishing the creeks and rivers in the surrounding areas. It is currently ridiculously windy outside. There is a pretty good storm coming through. Not really sure how that's going to be affecting the fishing. This is the first weather event pretty much of the fall, kind of swinging right into winter. It's been summer temperatures up until last night. So that could definitely have an effect on the fish. Fishing could be incredible, fishing could be terrible. All we need is one fish, and the whole trip will be worth it. Next stop is going to be our first campsite of the trip. We'll see you there. It's away from the river there. There's an animal. Alrighty, here we are. We have arrived after 3 hours of driving. We are here in the mountains, up at elevation. Last sign we saw was about 10,000 feet, so we are up there. We've already had snow, we've had a little bit of rain, and we've had a little bit of sunshine already, and we are absolutely fired up to be out here. This is spot number one. We're kind of nestled up in the trees here, and tomorrow I am beyond excited to get on two super remote little lakes here in Utah. And I have no idea if there's fish, first of all, and I have no idea what kind of fish, second of all. This general region is pretty famous for brook trout, tiger trout, big brown trout, and there's Bonneville cutthroat, there's Bear River cutthroat, and there's also Colorado River cutthroat. So there's all kinds of different species that we could catch in this general area. So I'm super excited for that. This is a trip that is completely out of my comfort zone, something that I've really never done before. We are fishing not only these super high mountain lakes, which is something that I'm not really, super well rehearsed at. I'm not the most well rehearsed when it comes to stillwater fly fishing. I'm really excited because of the potential to catch the fish that are here. We had this great opportunity to get one of these fantastic Mercedes Sprinter vans, completely decked out from head to toe, and couldn't be more excited to do something like this. Like I said, this is the first time I've ever done something of this caliber in this kind of environment. If you've seen all of my videos in the past, I'm intense. I am not in anything like this. I don't even really car camp. I just sleep in a tent for the most part. So out of my comfort zone, but also being in like a more comfortable zone. So again, beyond excited. We've got so many different opportunities, and there's a lot of fish out there to catch. Couldn't be more excited. And let's get right into cooking up some dinner. I'm hungry. How about you, Abby? Mm-hmm. All right, let's do it. Okay, just like that. Oh my lord, we got some cheese coming off. We're really hungry. We didn't eat much at all today. But here we are, burgers, night number 1. We'll see you guys in the morning. All right, good morning everybody. Last night was both rough and really cozy. When I was sleeping, I was asleep really well, but when I wasn't, I was stressing. About 1 o'clock, kind of was up pretty much wide awake and was checking outside. There was a decent amount of snow, and I was worried that we weren't going to be able to make it out of this spot. My wife reassured me that we were going to be okay, so we're still here. We have yet to walk outside yet and check the conditions. That's what we're doing. We're going to check the conditions. We've got a list of priorities going on right now. Number 1, are we stuck? If we are, get unstuck. Number 2, get some food because we're hungry, and getting unstuck is going to take some energy. And number 3, fishing. Catching some fish. We're still in a great spot to catch these fish. The trail to one of the lakes might be a little bit harder to find now that there's snow on the ground, but one of the lakes can't miss. So let's open the door, see what we're dealing with outside. Well, I got good news and I got bad news. The bad news is we might be stuck. The good news, we're stuck at a lake that has fish. Let's clean off the van. Good thing we're from the Midwest, so a little snow never bothered us, but like I said, first time in a Sprinter van, so I guess we'll see how heavy it is and how much ground we can cover. We've got 2 options here, left and right. We took right to get in here yesterday, but I feel like left is like a straight shot. I'm not sure which one to take. That was easy. New spot, about 300 yards from the other one. And it's time to get some food in our bellies. And then I think if the storm is still like this and the roads aren't plowed, we're going fishing. We're gonna get some rods together, and by rods I mean 1 rod together. Got myself a 6-weight, and I think that's gonna do it. There was a guy that pulled up about 2 hours ago. Talked to him for a minute. He went duck hunting back at the little lake that we're gonna fish at. He came back. I said, first of all, is the lake frozen? Because it looks like the little channel leading to the lake is very frozen. He said, yeah, it's wide open and there's fish everywhere. So I'm really excited. He said they're eating on top. I have no idea how that's possible with all the snow. I've fished in the wintertime before, so I'm well rehearsed in fly fishing in the winter. What I'm not well rehearsed at is still water fly fishing in the winter. So again, the comfort zone thrown out the window. There's no comfort right now, literally. It's gonna be cold. It's like spit and rain, sleet kind of deal. Hopefully this snow kind of disappears here in the next day or 2, but also hopefully I can catch a fish. I'm really optimistic actually. That's what the whole journey's about, right? Getting on these fish and hopefully getting them. So yeah, let's give it a shot. Really excited. We'll get waded up, get a rod together, and get after it. No way. No! No way. Oh. No way. Big. Nice fish. Yeah. Oh, nice fish. Yes. Yes. Oh, I think it's a bow. Oh, it's a rainbow. Oh. Oh my God. We did it. Okay, guys, check it out. First fish. Oh my gosh, we made it happen. Rainbow trout. Look at that. Back she goes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That was right after I had lost one. That was a little bit smaller, but oh my goodness. Okay, there's rainbows in here. Check it off the list. Yep, another rainbow, bigger. Holy, it's a really good fish. All right, no kidding. Look at that. That's actually a really good fish. Let's get him back. I think we're gonna keep one of these rainbows. But I think we're gonna keep going. Let's go. New spot. Another fish. 2 rainbows. Can't complain. Looking nice. I think a catch and cook is in order. Never had rainbow trout.
Neither have I.
Let's do it. What's the fishing right here? So this is an issue with winter fishing. Your guides get frozen solid. So you gotta breathe on them or do something to get it off. Ooh, that one feels different. That one looks different. Oh, that's a big fish. Oh boy. Whoa, what are you? Is it just a nice bow? I think it is. That's the biggest one yet. We're just slowly getting bigger. This might be a cutty though. Nope, it's a rainbow. Oh yeah. Nice fish. Oh yeah. Really nice fish. All right. That's a pig.
Yeah.
All right. We are back. The fish has been filleted, but it is not even close to dinner time. We only really fished for like an hour and a half, and then it got pretty chilly, and we wanted to get that fish back and kind of prep that out and maybe make some decisions about what our future holds. We came into it with the plan of we're going to fish some lakes, going to fish some creeks and rivers. Right now, we may or may not be stuck up here. We have no idea if the road's been plowed yet. I would probably lean towards no, but I think what we're going to do, I think the decision we've made is that we are going to stay the night here. Technically, it's a different location. The last location was like 200 yards that way.
Oh, way over there.
You actually might, in the trees right over there. So I guess technically it's kind of a new spot here, but we are probably going to go out and fish either that same little lake we were at just now or maybe a smaller, different one that's kind of up the hill. The only issue with that one is it's tiny, and we don't know if it froze over or not. It's getting cold. I don't think it's getting warmer. If it was, then this little channel back here would be open water, and it looks like it's getting more frozen. We're kind of trying to figure out what we're doing right now, but currently we are prepped and ready for the catch and cook, which is going to happen later tonight. So excited. We could go fish, but I don't know what the butt would be.
It's cold.
It was a gigantic brook trout. I pulled it out of his mouth. No, it was right there. Oh my God. I mean, gigantic. We've made it to this super remote, tiny, tiny little pond. You can't even call this a lake. Missed a giant brook trout right offshore. Biggest brook trout of my life, easily. It's huge. Crawled a black woolly bugger right up the rocks, and he ate it right at the end. And I'm out of black woolly buggers, at least from what I saw. I'm gonna recheck because I really would like to put something that's black on here. Oh, such a bummer that that fish didn't want to get hooked. Was worried there wasn't any fish in here. We saw a rise. I wasn't even paying attention. Abby saw the rise. Then missed the one. It's getting cold. It's getting colder. We were hoping it was gonna do the opposite. It is not doing the opposite. It's getting colder. So hopefully I can catch one here and we can go warm up and get that fish fry rolling. Let's make it happen. We have taken all of our cold weather gear off. We are back into the van. That was kind of a failure, but also nearly an incredible success. We had one fish rise, not to me, but we definitely saw a fish rise, or Abby did. I saw the rings and everything. Then I had a bite underwater on the streamer, and then I definitely had a take right at the shore, and it was a giant brook trout. It's huge. Would have been the biggest brook trout of my life. I got antsy. I pulled the hook or it missed. Probably a combination of both. And we are empty-handed for the second little outing of the day. But that's okay. It's getting colder. It's very cold outside right now, and it just, you could feel it up at that little pond that it was just slowly getting colder and colder and colder. Where at the beginning of the day when we fished and were catching all those rainbows, it was really not too bad at all. We probably could have stayed out there for quite some time. We were unsuccessful. That's totally okay because we've got some rainbow trout in the cooler ready to get on the grill. And we're going to have ourselves a little fish fry here. A little catch and cook action is going to come to an end. That rainbow was swimming around in that lake about 6-7 hours ago. And in about 20 minutes, it's going to be on our belly. Not gonna lie, it's pretty incredible having a full kitchen at your disposal. We are currently at 9,600 feet, so this is some gourmet cooking at almost 10,000 feet. Not bad. Final product of the catch and cook here. Looks pretty freaking good. Wild caught. Well, yeah, wild caught rainbow trout. They're probably stocked, but wild caught. Give me a cheers before we down this puppy. Cheers. I think it's pretty good. No complaints. Little backcountry taco action. Pretty good. Woo! We're gonna enjoy our meal. Check back with you guys in a little bit. Cheers. Good morning everybody. Day number 3 is upon us, and we're starting off the day with some fantastic flapjacks, otherwise known as pancakes. We've got some decisions to be made today. What lakes to fish, whether or not we're going to be moving now or later. I feel like we have two options. We can go to the bigger lake behind us that we know has rainbow trout in it and might hold other things, or we can send it back up the hill to that tiny little pond and try to catch one of those giant brook trout. I'm leaning more towards the giant brook trout. I don't have the opportunity to catch brook trout very often, especially brook trout this big. So I think that is kind of the route that I'm steering towards. If we get up there and it's obviously kind of dead and it's really not working, we can always just rip over to the bigger lake for 20-30 minutes and catch a bunch of fish. But I think I want to start off at the upper lake, maybe even nymphing a little bit. I don't know what to nymph. I've got those flies from the shop. I'll probably use some of those, and hopefully that will be the ticket. I'm not totally sure if that'll work, but I think that's what we're gonna give it a shot. First off, going up to the small pond. If that doesn't work, head over to the big pond. Day 3, pancakes. Couldn't ask for more. All right, guys, before we get up to the lakes, got to restock on some streamers. That's my streamer box there. So yesterday it was black that was working really well. We're gonna tie on one of these black guys real quick and head up to the lake. Hopefully we can catch one of these big brookies. That's the goal for today, is catch a big brook trout or anything other than a rainbow trout. Honestly, I'd be very happy with. But if that's not the case and we just catch rainbows, I'll still be a happy person because we love catching fish. But yeah, we're gonna start off with this guy right here. A little bit of weight to it. I'll drop a little nymph off the back, and hopefully that'll do it up on these little high mountain ponds. There's one on me. It's huge. One just chased it all the way in. It was a big fish. That fish was huge, Abby. I'm like that big. All right, guys. Similar to yesterday, we've got some follows, we've got some takes, and they're in here. I've tried white, I've tried black, I've tried like maroon, but the water is very off-colored. So I think I'm gonna try olive. Hopefully that could entice something up. We've been seeing fish kind of rising sporadically. Also just right in front here, I've had a bunch of takes, or follows. Had a giant follow in front of that rock over there. I mean, there's a really big fish. So we got a nice olive streamer here. We're gonna go back to the original rock I liked fishing and maybe work the other way this time, and hopefully we can get something to come up and really take it. They're interested, they're just not taking it yet. So hopefully we can get that to happen right here. Definitely bombed. They're in there. I just don't know why they won't eat my flies. Okay, we're back at the van. That was demoralizing, but also that is fishing in general. There are so many different things that could have combined to make it so we didn't catch any fish up at that little pond. Could have been the wrong fly. It could have been the wrong presentation. Maybe I was stripping it too fast. Maybe I wasn't stripping it fast enough. It could have been the time of day. It could have been the weather that came in here recently. There's so many things that could have made it so we didn't catch any fish up there. But that's fly fishing. That's fishing in general. And that's what makes it so awesome. Some days it's fantastic. Other days it's not. And that's why we do it, right? But we're back here at the van. And I've got my beloved Gouda cheese. We're going to have some cheese and crackers. We are both incredibly hungry, but I think the plan for the rest of the day, we are going to fish the reservoir that we fished yesterday and caught a bunch of rainbows out of, just to feel something on the end of my line because I'm dying, I'm down bad, so I need to catch something. We're not going to be there for too long. I think what we're going to do is fish that for maybe an hour and then head down the road to another lake that I've heard has some really nice brook trout, and the brook trout fishing is just really, really good. So struck out up there. Hopefully we don't strike out here at the other reservoir. It's now lunchtime. Kind of hard to get him around this rock right here. Whoa. Feels bigger. Oh, it is bigger. Come here, buddy. Is it? Still filming? That's 2 in like 5 minutes and feels good. Feels real good. Oh. You can actually see it, like, end of the main line. It, like, where up there, it was just like, you'd have to watch it come in to see if there's anything behind it. I got like 2 actual like taps up there. Nothing. Like watch that, watch the end of the line. Any like tick. Come on, brother. Nothing crazy. Oh, oh, it's a brookie. No way. It's a big brookie. No. I just thought it was a rainbow, so I was messing around. Of course, what do you think it is now? It's a rainbow. Okay, there's other fish in here, that's good. Female, kind of a long, distinguished lady. Wow, okay, that gets me kind of excited that there's other things than bows. Oh, that's a big fish. That's a big fish. Nice rainbow, I think. Nice fish, yeah. Nice rainbow. Oh, geez. All right. All right. Nice. That was a crazy 20 minutes. How many in the net? 7? 8? And now I'm bummed because
The sun's coming out. You better stand up.
the sun is coming out. We've been noticing that the sun has just triggered these fish to just start going crazy. I mean, the sun was out briefly while I caught all this fish, so I hooked something. It was not a rainbow trout. I think it was a big brookie or a lake trout. Well, I'm definitely gonna keep fishing here for a little bit. Who knows, maybe the sun just changes everything up here and maybe we have to go back up to the upper lake or something.
I'm not hiking up there again.
She just gave me a look behind the camera. You can't see her, but I can. So yeah, we're gonna keep fishing this spot and we're hoping for anything but a rainbow trout. I didn't drive all this way just to catch a bunch of rainbows. I know that might sound like uptight and like, oh, a rainbow trout, it's disgusting. But I could go catch a rainbow trout at the pond by my house if I wanted to, not up in the mountains here. So
Ooh, we got a good sun.
that's good, son. I'm gonna get fishing. Yeah, baby. Come on. That was sick. Like 3 of them swiped at it. Nice. Okay, new location here for night number 3. We have driven down the road a little bit to a pond that hopefully has brook trout. Whether or not we're gonna fish it in the morning, still to be determined. We got ourselves a streamer, we got a fly rod, got the old schmuck boots on. We're gonna rip down there, hopefully catch some fish right here at the end of the day. That's all we can ask for. Don't even have my net. We got 1 fly, 1 rod, and a camera. Let's do it.
No net.
Oh man, the brook trout have just got my number today. It was not in the cards to be catching them, but oh, look at that duck. Wasn't in the cards for today to catch these brookies. Not sure if we're gonna give it a crack tomorrow morning or not, but we're gonna head back to the tent. Pause. We ready to cook it up. Fettuccine Alfredo. Fettuccine chicken Alfredo. I forgot the broccoli. We were gonna do broccoli, I forgot the broccoli. So we've got the pot ready to go. We're gonna chop up some chicken, get the noodles boiling. This is by far the most simple meal that we've had so far, but it's probably gonna give us the most energy though. So let's get that burner burning. Catch and cook, van life, fly fishing, camping. Yeah, I'd say that'll work. Time to dish this up. Not bad. Oh, I'm excited. Let's.
Cheers.
I hope you can hear that. But yeah, cheers. Okay, first bite standing. We got to do the first bite standing up this time. Last dinner in the van. Sad. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. This is the latest dinner we've had so far. It's 8 o'clock. Most of the time we're sitting here trying to figure out what to do because we ate at 5. So it's actually the latest dinner and we're going to be nice and tired and hit the hay here shortly, maybe. But yeah, we'll catch you guys in the morning. We've got hopefully a little surprise to where we're going in the morning. Last, maybe, chance at catching some fish tomorrow morning. So, bon appetit and good night. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, this is the final morning that we've got here. Kind of got everything packed up behind us. There's nothing left in our clothing drawer. It's empty. We've got nothing that was ours for silverware and knives and plates and things like that. We just got to clean out the pantry and we're pretty much all set to start heading down in elevation. Last night was at 9,000 feet. I'm not sure if I mentioned that already or not, but like I said, we're going to try to fish in some capacity on the way down today. And hopefully that will be a surprise and hopefully a successful surprise. Hopefully we can catch something on the way out of here. But yeah, final morning. On the menu this morning is bananas and energy bars and coffee, kinda. So yeah, headed out of here. Let's try to catch one more fish before we get back to Salt Lake City. Alrighty, everybody. We are not where I expected to be. We are at a river that I'm actually familiar with, a lot closer to Salt Lake City, because the rivers way up in the mountains where we were camping the past few days were completely dry. Even though there was some moisture in the air, obviously because of the snow, there was nothing in the rivers or the creeks. It's fall, it's getting close to winter, and those creeks are dry from all the snow runoff the previous spring. But we're here at a river. I don't know if the dry fly action is going to be okay, if the nymphing is going to be okay. All that I want is one fish. I just want to finish the trip off with one fish from a river, because we've been fishing still water, and as fun as it was catching all the rainbows and missing a bunch of brookies, I love fishing moving water. So we're going to hopefully have a great time here on this little creek, and hopefully we can get it done. I know I've said that a lot this week, but hopefully we can get it done. So let's do it. I know there's brown trout in here, and I know that there's cutthroat trout in here. So either one would be a victory. I'm assuming it's going to be a brown trout, but I also don't know. But I really just want to give it a crack, and if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, no big deal. So let's do it. Got it. They don't want to cooperate. The fish. Give it a cast. All right, that is it. No dice on the little river today. No success for anything other than rainbow trout this trip. However, we still caught fish, and that's all that we can ask for, right? So that's going to conclude this trip. This was fantastic. A huge shout out to Vancraft for providing this fantastic sprinter van right here. This trip would not have been possible without you at all. This was fantastic. There were some really high highs catching those rainbows that first day, really not knowing what we were going to get into. missing a bunch of brookies, not being able to catch anything else, the weather. It was quite the trip. Definitely one we're never going to forget. If you guys haven't already, hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed the video, like it, comment what you guys think. Love talking to you guys down in the comments below. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and I'll catch you guys in the next one here on the channel. Later.